Hi, African Tigress,
Hello.
and welcome to the United States.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
How are you liking it?
Comme si, comme ça. I don't like the weather necessarily, but it's a nice, it's a nice place. That's exactly how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, so how would you compare it to Europe and everywhere else that you have been to?
It's so spread out. So getting around is quite a challenge here.
African Tigress, you are so popular. I mean, you came to the US and a bunch of all my friends are identifying with you and asking, I think I've seen you somewhere. But now the question is where it all began from. So could you provide us with a synopsis? Who is African Tigress? Where did this all traveling and your journey start from?
Well, so growing up, I always wanted to become a pilot.
Wow.
Like anytime I could see a plane fly over our house, we used to say that one is mine.
Yeah, I remember the game.
Yeah, that one is mine. My plane, my plane. So
Yeah.
with your little cousins and your siblings, you're like, that's my plane, that's my plane. So I always wanted to become a pilot, but unfortunately, I never became one. Due to finances and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when I was at university, I always sought opportunities to volunteer overseas.
Mm-hmm.
So it was volunteer overseas or competitions overseas, and I did that. I used to make lots of applications.
By volunteer, you mean
Non-paid.
Non-paid.
Yeah, if you're gonna
Wow.
pay if you're gonna pay my flight, you're gonna pay my accommodation and maybe some little
Stipend.
stipend.
Yeah.
I'm good to go stay
Wow.
somewhere for 2 weeks or just experience and explore a new country.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I actually acquired my passport 4 years before it ever got its first stamp.
Wow.
I always say opportunity meets a prepared mind. And true to it, my first trip outside Kenya was actually to New York. And I only had a span of 9 days to be in New York.
Wow.
No
When
visa, no
was
nothing.
that?
2016. I was in school.
You must have been a baby.
Yeah, I was in school. I was still in school.
Yeah.
So this opportunity just arises and I'm supposed to be in New York in 9 days. I don't even have a visa and all that, but everything worked out and I ended up here. So that's how I kind of started. I just started traveling, volunteering, competitions overseas that would allow me to travel.
Yeah.
I just always had this insatiable desire to see the world.
Yeah.
So later on, my other sister, who was working in media back then, I used to hear her listening to some people every weekend when she's home. When we are home, I'm like, who are these people you're listening to and what are they doing?
Yeah.
And then she told me about vlogging and all that. I thought it was exciting, and she's like, since you're always traveling, why can't you?
Make a content.
Yeah,
out
why
of it.
can't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we started, both of us actually started together. So we started creating. I didn't know about music. I didn't really educate myself as much. So
Yeah.
the song that's trending is what I'm using. So getting copyright strikes and all that. So I didn't know much, but yeah, that's how I got, and then slowly it grew, and then I just realized I'm starting to gain organic followers,
yeah.
and I was like, oh, this is actually great. But before I got to that point, there was a time I went to this event where I traveled abroad and I had 50 subscribers, and then I talked to the people that I met, who were in the same program with me, and we got to 59. I was so excited. I woke up the next day to 50.
59. You
to 50, to 50. Like
250.
No, 50 back to 50. They unsubscribed.
Oh no. Yeah.
They unsubscribed. And I think it kind of discouraged me. I took a break for a little bit, and then I continued later on. And yeah, during 2020, I think that's when I really did the most. So during that time when people were locked down and all that, I could do lots of live streams and all that. Yeah.
So would you say 2020 was your high point? That was your breaking point?
2020 was that year that I actually believed that content creation can pay. In 2020, that's when I realized I could actually do more.
Yeah.
I could travel more. my income like really more than tripled in 2020,
Yeah.
and you know, so I realized that this is actually something I could do. I made money that I'd never made in my life, so like from there, that's when it peaked, and yeah.
Wow. Now, you are making money, but how do you strike a balance between family? You have your family in Kenya, you are always everywhere, in Europe, you are going to Middle East, you are now in the US, I mean you've been to all the continents. So how do you strike that balance? And do you have that kind of hangover? Is it I'm missing my people?
So my family at the moment it's kind of spread out. So of course, you know, for instance, I have a sister here in Springfield.
Yeah.
So what I like is the fact that my job or what I do allows me to travel. Last year I met my other sister in Netherlands. I met my other relatives in the UK. So like I like that my job gives me that flexibility to be able to see them. Like for instance, from my family, I'm the only one who's seen my sister, the one in Germany. I'm the only one who has seen her in the past 2 years.
Wow.
So because I have that flexibility
To travel.
Yeah, so that's what I like. So
Wow.
it gives me that, or when I feel like I miss home, I would go home. When I feel like I want to see this sense, I would go.
Wow.
So that's what I love.
And I know you are catching your flight in a few. So just a quick one. Where do you see African Tigress in the next 5 years? And what kind of advice do you have for upcoming YouTubers, myself included?
In 5 years, I'm looking at more of like running. I'm working on it. It's in the pipeline, but like running a media company.
Wow.
Such that I'm not
Congratulations in
necessarily.
advance.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Such that I don't have to be the one traveling doing all this. So I wanna put like a team and have people travel and do different kind of content.
Yeah.
I don't wanna reveal so much because you know sometimes.
I get you. I get
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking at, having like a media company and having people to just do content and other media services across the world. Yeah.
So what kind of advice do you have for most YouTubers? Some are almost giving up. Yeah.
So what I can say is, I feel like a lot of people don't like reading. A lot of people just want to create content, but you're not reading, you're not understanding what's the trend. Are you trying to understand how the algorithm works?
Yeah.
So I feel like some people just want to create, and like I know there's some features that have changed and how they function, but some people are still sticking to what they learn. So like that continuous learning and consistency. But even if you're doing the wrong thing consistently, you won't go. So like learn and improve. Like every day, learn and upgrade. There's channels, there's platforms, like there's YouTube creators where they give you updates of the things that they're doing, and some of the resources available to you. So a lot of creators don't do that. They just wanna put a video there and make so many views, and that's like that's the goal. They're chasing that. They're not looking at collaboration. They're not looking at working with brands. They're skipping a lot of things, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.